Hello, this is Amber from Holistic Happiness, and I wanted to talk today about the power of controlling your thoughts. And this is a little bit about the law of attraction and using positive affirmations to transform your life. So throughout the years, I have studied a lot of the spiritual teachings of people from Hay House. Hay House is a publishing company created by Louise Hay. And Louise Hay is a spiritual teacher who has basically taught the world the power of affirmations. She's a wonderful person, and I encourage you to look into Louise Hay and Hay House. And I by no means intend to replace them as a teacher, but I just would like to contribute my interpretation of what I've learned from teachers like Louise Hay and from my own experience with using these practices in my own life. Another teacher who talks about this is Wayne Dyer, and more recently Gabby Bernstein. And basically, when enough people who are best-selling authors keep saying the same thing and having wonderful results from sharing this knowledge with people, you can probably assume it's pretty true, right? And I've had it be true in my own life that these practices really do work. The idea is that the root of it is the law of attraction, right? So the law of attraction is that like attracts like, basically. What one vibration attracts a similar vibration. So whatever you're vibrating at, whatever frequency you're vibrating at, that's the kind of frequency of energy that you are going to be attracting to yourself. That is the law of attraction. Like attracts like in this universe. It is a universal law. It is the way it is. So if you are focusing on positive things, you're going to find more positive things around you. And if you're focusing on negative things, you are going to find more negative things around you. You can see how it works in your own life. I'm sure you can think back to a time where somebody around you was grumpy and negative, and they started acting in a negative way and being not so nice to the people around them, maybe to you. And did you notice how it had a ripple effect? Maybe someone snaps at you and gives you an attitude, and all of a sudden now you're in a grumpy mood, and maybe you snap at somebody else. You might catch yourself and go, "Oh, sorry," but you can see how that vibration had a ripple effect. Same thing with positivity. Someone comes in smiling and happy and sharing beautiful things with you. It's going to probably make you feel more happy and want to share more beautiful things with people. We have an amazing ability to radiate out whatever energy we are vibrating at and to affect the world around us. And we can also attract with that vibration. So whatever vibration you are sending out, that is the vibration of things that you are going to attract to yourself. Because there's all kinds of beautiful things in the world. And there's all kinds of not so beautiful things in the world. But the things that you are going to pick up on, the things that are going to come across your path and that you're going to notice, are going to be the things that you are in harmonious vibration with. And so many people do not realize this. And because they do not realize this, they focus their attention on those things that they do not like, because they are angry about it, or they're sad about it, or they don't want it anymore, and so they complain about it. But guess what that only does? That only brings you back to that negative vibration and increases the likelihood of you finding more stuff to complain about. Unfortunately, we're not trained to overcome this habit always, especially if we come from a family of people who do this. It becomes our pattern. We think it is normal. And then we end up torturing ourselves because we find something we don't like, we complain about it, and then we find more things we don't like to complain about, and we just complete the pattern. We just keep getting stuck in this negative spiral. So the key to my own life's happiness, and I'm not perfect 100% of the time, but you don't have to be perfect 100% of the time. You just have to get better at noticing when you are focusing on something that you don't like and shift your attention to something that you do like. Abraham is a great spiritual teacher who taught me this lesson as well. Abraham is channeled by this woman named Esther Hicks, and Esther basically channels Abraham, which is a spirit that is from, another vibration, basically, that no longer is in a physical body. It is channeled through her physical body. But Abraham is a spirit that teaches us that we, when we're here in these physical bodies, need to stop focusing on the things we don't like so much. And if we would just stop doing that, we could be a lot happier, and we could actually find that everything we want in our life just shows up as soon as we get ourselves vibrating at the frequency of those things that we want to show up. You ever notice you see people out there who are just so happy and they just seem like they have everything going for them? That's because they've figured this out. They have figured out that they need to stay positive and that positive things will happen. Like I said, I'm not perfect at this all the time, but the more that I incorporate this into my life, the more I see miracles happening around me, the more I see the things that I need just showing up for me in my own life. Because the more I keep my own vibration that of someone who is positive, the more I find positive stuff around me. Like attracts like. They say your vibe attracts your tribe. It's really true. If you don't have a lot of positive people around you, well, it's time to look in the mirror. Why aren't you attracting positive people to yourself? Are you dwelling on the negative? You need to ask yourself. So, in order to change these bad habits of negative thoughts, we really have to become aware of our thoughts. So the first step on this journey towards using the law of attraction towards helping you is I ask you to start keeping track of your thoughts throughout the day. If you have a little journal or a notebook you can write things down in, I encourage you to do that. Try to notice, what negative thoughts do you keep thinking? And what positive thoughts can replace those negative thoughts? If you can start to change when you notice yourself thinking something that's not positive, that's making you feel bad. Basically, the way you can tell if it's a thought you don't want, does it make you feel bad? If it makes you feel bad, what thought can you think instead that will make you feel good? And if it's hard to do this automatically, do it on a piece of paper first. Write down all the negative thoughts that keep popping up into your head throughout the day. And then analyze those thoughts and replace it with something positive. For example, I never have enough money. Well, you could change that thought to, my income will be increasing every day. Or I am learning how to manage my money and money is starting to flow into my life. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of earning a good living. There's so many positive ways you can spin it. And at first it's going to seem really uncomfortable when you're used to saying the negative thought. It's going to be hard to say the positive thought. Instead of saying, oh, I'm so stupid, if you make a mistake, you can say, I love myself. I am a beautiful person. I forgive myself for any mistakes I've made in the past, and I do better every day. It might not be easy at first, but that's why you have to be vigilant. It's a practice. These are all practices, and we call them practices because we're not going to be perfect at them at first, and it's going to take some time for us to get the hang of it. But when you start to learn to control your thoughts and to remove yourself from those negative thoughts and to step back and take a look at them and consciously choose to now focus on a positive thought instead, the more you do that, the happier you will be. And the happier you are, the more you will find good things flowing your way. So I really encourage you to start practicing this. Practice positive affirmation. And affirmation is just you talking to the universe. And it can be good or bad. So we don't want to say bad things to the universe. We don't want to focus on the things we don't like in the world, because then the universe is going to give us more of that. It's like, oh, well, this person keeps talking about this stuff that they don't like. I guess that's really all that they want to focus on. So I'm just going to send them more of that. But if we focus instead on beauty, on love, on the things that we're thankful for, and gratitude is another thing I've talked about that ties into this, we will find more things to be happy about coming our way. So be vigilant, my friends. Monitor your thoughts. You have control over your mind. Your mind is so powerful, and you control it. You can control your mind, and your mind can control your life. You have the power to attract whatever you want into your life. Those other people who are super happy and successful, they're no more worthy than you are. You are just as worthy of health and happiness and success as they are. You just have to believe it and retrain yourself to think the thoughts that are going to attract that into your life experience. So I'm working on it every day. I hope you will join me and work on it yourself. Learn to monitor those thoughts. Change the negative into positive. Replace it. Put those positive statements all around your house. Write little sticky notes to yourself. Write it on your mirror. Put it everywhere you need to remind yourself that you're going to think beautiful, happy thoughts. Good luck. Namaste.